So you're looking to move to Camas, Washington. What I'd like to do for you today is show you what it takes to move into Camas, what the affordability looks like, an overview of Camas and locations of neighborhoods, and 3 of my favorite neighborhoods in Camas, Washington, and what types of homes are in those neighborhoods. So what I'm going to do for you guys now is jump on my computer, go into the multiple listing service, and show you exactly what you can buy for a home and pricing, and really dive into what it takes to get into a particular property, entry-level prices, and all those types of homes. So when I first did a search this morning, I just wanted to see if there was something that was available out there for around $500,000. Unless you are looking to purchase an attached home, meaning a townhouse, there was only one property below $500,000 and the other 3 were townhomes. So you can purchase in Camas at that $500,000 price point, but really to start getting a lot of choices in the Camas area because of how desirable it is and how sought after of a community. People just absolutely love it, is that $700,000 price point. And when I pull up homes today at $700,000, there's about 17 properties, and those range from some pre-owned homes, some remodeled ones, and even some new construction sprinkled in there. So you can purchase properties at that $700,000 price point. So $700,000 is really the starting price point that you need to look at to have some significant choices to buy in Camas. And what I'm going to do is just kind of pull up those properties right now. I'm not putting any parameters other than a $700,000 or price or below price and a detached house, meaning that there's no townhomes included in this. And so when I do that, there's 17 different properties that I find, and when I pull them up, again, there's going to be some new construction, pre-owned homes in here. Typically, there's quite an array as soon as you start looking. As we are going through this, here's a property that's been on the market for about 76 days. It's $572,000, 1,600 square feet, and it's on a smaller lot. So as you are below around the $650,000 range and down, your lot sizes are going to be typically somewhere between 3,000 square feet to maybe 5,000 square feet. So your home is typically taking up almost all of the lot. But as you move up in price, usually your lot sizes are getting a little bit bigger. Here's an example. This one's $639,000. Again, 1,600 square feet. The lot size is about 7,000 square feet, so you're getting double the lot size as you move up in that price range. And then, of course, there are homes that are, as you even go up further in price, this is $670,000, 1,900 square feet. It's been on the market for 6 days. This is a home that was built in 2021. As you also get into newer homes, even though you go up in price, typically those lot sizes are also going to be smaller as well, just because they're trying to get as many homes as they can into those communities. If you want a property that has a larger lot, usually in Camas, you're going to be looking at around year 2000 built or older, because that's when all the lot sizes were still of significant size. Let's see if we can find one in here that is a little bit bigger in terms of lot size. Okay. So it looks like right now, okay, here's one. It's $699,000. It was built in 1998. It's 2,180 square feet, but it's on almost a 10,000 square foot lot. And as we scroll through the pictures, you can see that there's been some updating done to it, but it probably still does need additional updating based on the market time and whatnot. So this property is priced a little bit high, but it gives you an example of exactly what you can get at $700,000. That is an older property on a bigger lot. So one thing that I want to do is kind of give you an overview of Camas, which I have here pulled up on my Google Maps, and give you a sense of how it's laid out. So when we go through my three neighborhoods that we're going to talk about, you kind of get an idea of where they're located. So right now we have the Google Maps of Camas pulled up, and as you're looking at it, you can see that along the south side of Camas is Highway 14, which is its main border along with the Columbia River. And then the backside of Camas goes out here pretty deep into this area called Fern Prairie, where you have Lacamas Lake. And then 192nd Avenue is going to be your westerly border. And the three neighborhoods that I kind of want to talk about is one is Westridge Place, which is along 192nd Avenue, and then Lacamas Shores area, which is on the south side of Lacamas Lake. And then there's another area on the north side of Lacamas Lake, essentially where all of the new construction is happening. So if you're looking for essentially an entry level new construction home, that's going to be the area that you want to look at. So why don't we start out by looking in Westridge Place first. The reason I love Westridge Place is because it essentially gives you three price points in terms of the types of homes that are available there. And what I mean by that is that when Westridge Place was built, there was an outer section of it, and then an inner section. And the inner portion of the of Westridge Place was basically one builder. So those were all the entry level homes, and then the outer edge of Westridge Place had custom homes, and then there's also a gated community in Westridge Place. So it kind of gives you three price point tiers to be able to live in that neighborhood, which is, by the way, extremely walkable. It is close to everything. Costco, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, fast food restaurants, extra, everything that you need, you could walk to from Westridge Place. And that's really one of the main reasons that I love it. So right here is Westridge Place, kind of how I was talking about it. And if you're looking at my arrow here on the computer, there's two entryways into Westridge. And as you're looking at Westridge Place, this interior portion here was all built by the same builder, which was D.R. Horton Homes. And then as you move to this other portion on the center part, those were all custom builders for these properties. You're not going to find one home that was built exactly the same on that portion of it, to where D.R. Horton, there was like maybe 7 or 8 floor plans in that area. And then as you move to the back side of Westridge, it's a gated section, and it's only basically one street here, and then another very far back section of even more custom homes that has another gate to get into that section. So it's almost like a double gated community. And essentially on the D.R. Horton homes, you can find those anywhere from about 650,000 to up to 800,000. And then on the interior custom home portion of this, you will be spending from about 900,000 up to 1.2 million. And then when you get back into the gated section, you're definitely going to be over $1 million. And then the very back portion, which these homes sit on half acres, a lot of them hug the $2 million price point. And the one other main reason that I love Westridge Place is that the average lot size, even on the D.R. Horton homes, are somewhere around 8 to 9,000 square foot lots, which is really big for a community like this. I love how this thing was planned out and built, and there was a lot of thought put into it. When it was built, it was the only neighborhood that was sitting out there, so it seemed like it was out in the middle of nowhere. None of these, the infrastructure was built at that time. And then when you get into the custom homes, your average lot size is going to be about 10,000 square feet or bigger. So you are getting a significant bigger lots than you will be getting on any other type of property in Camas typically. And then the back section, again, those lot sizes are about 10,000 to 12,000 square feet, with the $2 million properties are sitting on half-acre lots as well. So I want to go onto my website here, the jamiemushawrealestate.com, and kind of look in Westridge Place and see if there is any homes available for sale in there right now. And it looks like in Westridge, there is only one home for sale. It's $970,000. Let's click on this, take a look at it. 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 3,232 square feet. And it looks like it was built in 2002 is when this home was built. It looks like it does need a little bit of updating on the interior of the home, so you can expect to spend some money to bring it up to standards of what today's amenities are. So now we can talk about the Lacamas Shores area, which is on the south side of Lacamas Lake. Lacamas Shores was essentially the first major custom built neighborhood in Camas. It was the place to live when it was built because there was nothing else that was like this. And this was about the early 90s to mid 90s when this whole project was built out. And so when you go into Lacamas Shores, I mean, there are hundreds of homes available in this neighborhood when you're going through it. And the price point in here is about $1 million all the way up to $2.5 million. There might be a couple $3 million homes in here. The homes that are on the direct south side of Lacamas Lake and on the the east end of the neighborhood, those were all the original built homes that were in Lacamas Lake. And a lot of these properties have a view of Lacamas Lake or the territorial views in the background. And the lot sizes in there are definitely over 10,000 square feet, 15,000 square feet. There's probably a couple half-acre lots sprinkled through there as well. Again, you can minimum to get into this neighborhood is going to be $1 million. And if you're at that price point, you can expect that you're probably going to have to be doing some type of updating to the property as well. And then as you move to the west end of Lacamas Lake and Lacamas Shores, it's interesting because it then becomes it's not necessarily part of the Lacamas Lake community. It becomes part of Camas Meadows, which connects to Lacamas Lake. And those are all of the newer homes in that Lacamas area. And in order to purchase in that, you're definitely going to be more of that 1.5 to 2.5 million, because those are all newer homes. A lot of them back up to the golf course. So those are going to be significantly more expensive and nicer properties in general. You can still buy some new construction out there at the west end of Lacamas Lake. There's Toll Brothers is building some high-end townhomes in there, and there's other new construction properties being built. I believe Affinity Homes is also building some custom homes out there as well. Price points for the townhomes, I think, start out about 1.2 million, and then Affinity Homes is going to be at that 1.5 and above as well. And I just absolutely love this neighborhood because of how it stretches out, and it gives you a wide variety of homes in there. You can basically find any type of property that you want to purchase. Because again, these were all custom built and there isn't any home that's exactly alike. So why don't we take a look and see what homes are available in the Lacamas Lake area on my website. So right now there's one for 1.6, 1.5, 1.4, 1.8, 1.3. Why don't we look at this one that's at the lower end at 1.5? Here on Lacamas Lake Road. It's a 3,561 square foot house. Has a straight shot view of Lacamas Lake. It's at the top of the neighborhood and it backs to Lacamas Lake Road, which is a busier road. And you can see as we're flipping through, as I mentioned before, if you're on the lower price point of this, the likelihood is that you're going to have to do some type of updating to these properties. Let's jump over to one of the more expensive properties here on the west end. Here's one for 1.8 million. This is one of the newer properties that was built around the Camas Meadows area. This property was built in, I think, the late 2000s. And excuse me, this one was built in 1997. It's on 0.38 acres and has 3,300 square feet. But this is a flat lot, to where on the west end of Lacamas Shores, all these lots are typically flat, to where you're on the east end, because the neighborhood slopes upwards, you're not getting a lot of flat lots in that area. So this one's 1.785. You are in more of the premier area of Lacamas Shores. You don't necessarily need to do any updating, but being that it was built in 1997, there might be some things that you want to do. And here at the very end, there's a property for 3.6 million. Take a quick look at that one as well. 6,340 square feet. Significant jump in price and year built. This is 2019, and this one is also on 0.34 acres. Beautiful house. So you can see there's a wide variety of not only price, but the style of home that you're going to get in Lacamas Shores. So the third and final area I want to show you is another area on the north side of Lacamas Lake. It's called Green Mountain. Essentially, this is where all of the entry-level new construction is happening. There's homes out there that have been built for maybe about 5 years now that you can purchase that people are reselling, or you can buy a brand new built home out there as well. And what I want to do is kind of walk you through what types of properties you can purchase out there in the Green Mountain area. The one cool thing about Green Mountain is that it is an HOA, which I know some people don't like HOAs, but there are things within that HOA that they provide. There's a neighborhood swimming pool. There's a ton of parks in that area. So it's great for families that want to move out into Camas. New construction affordability. You're not getting huge lots here, but you are buying properties in the Camas area that are essentially affordable for people that want to live in Camas. So even though we're looking on Google Maps here and it doesn't show that any of this is developed, all this area is developed out here. And again, new construction is happening. I believe Pacific Lifestyles, Lennar, Holt Homes. There's a ton of new construction builders, because as you move out into this area, it is all vacant land, and it's being built on by these new construction builders. So why don't we go on to my website again, and I can kind of show you exactly what you can purchase here in the Green Mountain area. This section that I'm looking at right now is essentially the original section of Green Mountain. And you can see that there are properties from 524,000 bumped up to 639, 799, 899. As you move back into these other areas, these are larger, more custom built homes. Not custom built, but homes that have more of a custom feel to it. So let's take a look at this $524,000 property and see what you can get. It is a back entry, a garage on the back side of the house. So when you pull up to this house, you're just seeing the front door, front yard, and typically these don't really have any backyards to them. This is $524,000, built in 2018. You're getting 1,560 square feet. But mind you, even though that the yards are smaller in this area, there are a lot of open spaces if you need areas for, if you have kids, to go play and whatnot. And again, there's a swimming pool at this facility that you can use during the summer months. And if we bump into this other price point of $699, you're getting a home that is 5-bedroom, 3 baths, 2,611 square feet. And that one was built in 2018 also. and a smaller yard. So this house, because of the size of it, is pretty much going to take up the entire yard, but you are getting a lot of square footage at that $700,000 price point. And then as you move to the back side of the neighborhood, you're getting a little bit bigger lot. And typically you're getting also, again, a little bit more of a custom built home, a little bit bigger, 5 bedroom, 3 baths, 2,800 square feet. And this one was built in 2020, so it's newer. And so there's a lot of choices back here in this Green Mountain area. The one thing that you do need to know about Green Mountain is because it is a little bit further out in Camas, the infrastructure in terms of shopping and local stores and all of that has not been built out there yet. They are planning on building it out there. The closest thing that you have from Green Mountain is essentially Costco. It's about a 10-minute drive, but that's going to be your closest grocery store that you have. And then another couple minutes down the road from Costco is a Walmart. So you're not far from the amenities that you would typically see in a neighborhood, but you do have to take a little bit of a drive to get out to the conveniences from the Green Mountain area. There are quite a few homes available for sale out there. Just looking in this particular little spot here, there's 29 in this neighborhood, 22 here, and 6 over on the other side. And a lot of this contributes to all of the new construction that's going on out there. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's 50 houses that are for sale that are pre-owned. A lot of these are new construction that are currently being built, and so we have a lot of inventory out in that area to choose from. So if you're looking to buy anywhere in Camas or any of these particular areas, I would love to be a resource for you to get you more information on that. Or if you just want to browse my website, jamiemushawrealestate.com, feel free to do that. You can look at all of these homes online there. We have other neighborhoods that we're going to be covering here in the future, so if you want to learn more about those, make sure you check out those videos. Also, down in the description, we have a direct link to our weekly free newsletter that we send out, so feel free to sign up for that as well, and we'll see you on the next one.